economy from their perspective, and how we transition from a historic economic recovery to a stable, steady growth and lower inflation without letting go of all the historic gains we made over the last 18 months. But before we get started, I want to say two things about the GDP report we received this morning. First, it's important to start with what we know before this morning's report. Our job market remains historically strong. Our economy created more than 9 million jobs since I came to office, in no small part because of the people on this stage. Our economy created more than 1 million jobs in the second quarter, the same period as today's GDP report covers. And our unemployment rate is 3.6%, near a record historic low. Secondly, households and businesses, the engines of our economy, continue to move forward. Just this past week, SK Group from Korea was here at the White House to announce $22 billion in new investment in semiconductors, advanced batteries, and electric vehicle chargers, and medical devices. That's on top of the $200 billion in clean energy investments in America from other businesses since we took office, all powering the strongest rebound in American manufacturing in 3 decades. Now, there's no doubt we expect growth to be slower than last year and the rapid clip we had. But that's consistent with the transition to a stable, steady growth and lower inflation. There's going to be a lot of chatter today on Wall Street and among pundits about whether we are in a recession. But if you look at our job market, consumer spending, business investment, we see signs of economic progress in the second quarter as well. And yesterday's Fed Chairman, the Fed Chairman Powell made it clear that he doesn't think the U.S. economy is currently in a recession. He said, quote, "There are too many areas of economic where the economy is performing too well." And I said, too well, T-O-O, too well. He pointed to the labor market as an example. The best thing we can do right now is put our economy in a better position to make the transition to stable, steady growth for Congress to, steady, stable growth is for Congress to act. That's the best thing we can do. They're voting right now, as I said. I applaud the bipartisan effort to get the CHIPS Act to my desk to sign into law, which would advance our nation's competitiveness and technological edge by boosting our domestic semiconductor production and manufacturing. Another Congress should do it with...
All right, President Biden at the White House responding to the GDP numbers this morning that were negative on the quarter. Second quarter in a row, that's the case. Wanted to bring back Congressman Tom Tiffany. Congressman, he pointed out the job market is strong, said 9 million jobs on his watch, although we know that is right after a pandemic that was kind of historic. And people lost jobs and then gained jobs, like the V-shaped recovery, really, that former President Trump talked about. I wanted to get your thoughts on what he had to say there.
Yeah, much of it is sleight of hand. That 9 million additional jobs, we're coming out of shutting down businesses across America. And also, when he talks about the clean energy stuff, that's almost all subsidized. So in other words, the taxpayers are going to have to pay for this stuff. So it really is sleight of hand on his part. The American people know that we're in a recession. They're going to continue to feel it. And until President Biden reverses course in regards to allowing us to be energy independent in America, and we stop this reckless spending. Think about it. It's going to be another $1 trillion spent if Congress passes these two bills, reconciliation and the CHIPS bill, another $1 trillion worth of spending. Inflation is going to go into overdrive as if it isn't bad enough already.
Congressman, before we let you go, a question for you. He kept mentioning that the most important thing to do is to transition to stable, steady growth so Congress can act. As a congressman, what do you make of that?
Yeah, that's a really good point. What he's doing there is lowering expectations. And this harks back to the Obama-Biden administration of what was about 12 years ago when we were coming out of the recession. They kept tamping down expectations because they knew they were not going to get the growth. He's doing the same thing here, tamping down expectations because they know their plan is not going to work.
Thank you very much, Congressman Tom Tiffany. Thank you, sir.
Hey guys, it's Rob Carson. I want to tell you about the Patriot Gold Group. But first, let me tell you that the S&P has already lost $8.2 trillion in 2022. Did you know that? Peak inflation is not even hit despite the Fed rate hikes on groceries, on gas. You know it as well as I do. Morgan Stanley and Goldman Sachs are warning of another 20% drop. Inflation is winning in a knockout right now. The Fed is going to raise rates again at the end of July. Meanwhile, Goldman, Wells Fargo, and Bloomberg are all forecasting gold to surpass all-time highs. If you want to invest in gold, call 888-936-2373 now. Call the Patriot Gold Group today and ask about their no-fee-for-life IRA. Sounds like a good deal, don't it? Here's the number, 888-936-2373. 888-936-2373 for the Patriot Gold Group.